Let me tell you something most men never realize. Women don't test every man they meet. They only test the ones they actually want. That's right. If she's giving you mixed signals, if she's being a little difficult, playing hard to get, or suddenly pulling away, it's not because she's bored. It's because you've sparked something inside her, and now she's testing to see if you're really that guy. Most men fail this test without even knowing it. They react, they chase, they try to fix the tension instead of holding their ground. They over-explain, they panic when she pulls back. And guess what? The moment she sees that weakness, the attraction fades. Because the truth is simple, women test men to find strength, not physical strength, but emotional strength. The strength to hold your frame, to stay calm when she's unpredictable, to show her you don't need her validation, because you already validate yourself. This is not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding the difference between being liked and being desired. So in this video, we're diving into 10 cold truths about why women only test men they secretly want, and how to pass every single test with confidence. Let's go. 1. She tests to see if you're emotionally strong. Women don't test weak men. They don't need to. If she's testing you, it's because part of her hopes you'll pass. She wants to feel your emotional stability when she throws a little chaos your way. She might ignore a text. She might make a passive-aggressive comment. She might bring up another guy to see how you react. If you stay cool, calm, and unbothered, you pass. But if you spiral, if you get needy, jealous, or start chasing harder, you fail, because now you've shown her that you're not in control of your emotions. You've shown her that she controls your state, and nothing kills attraction faster than that. 2. She's looking for consistency under pressure. When a woman tests you, she's not just looking to see how you react, she wants to see how consistently you react. It's easy to show your best self when everything is going smoothly, but when the pressure's on, that's when the truth comes out. She might throw curveballs your way, put you in a challenging situation, or act unpredictable to see if you'll fold under pressure. But the man who stays grounded, calm, and consistent through every challenge, no matter how small or large, becomes a rare find. If you're the kind of guy who reacts with frustration or anger when things don't go as planned, you're signaling that you're not emotionally equipped to handle the long-term commitment. But if you handle it with a steady and composed approach, she sees someone who can endure, someone she can depend on. It's this unwavering consistency that gets her invested in you. The truth is simple. Women want a partner who can remain true to his character, even in the face of difficulty. And when you show this, you pass the test. 3. She wants to see if you can lead. A woman will only test a man she can respect. And respect for a man often comes from his ability to lead. Not just in big decisions, but in the small, everyday choices. Women don't want a man who is passive or indecisive. They want someone who can take charge when it matters. She might test your leadership ability in subtle ways, like seeing how you handle a disagreement, whether you make plans or leave everything to her, or how you take control of a situation that requires direction. If you hesitate or avoid taking responsibility, it signals to her that you may not be the strong, reliable leader she's seeking. But if you take the reins and steer the situation with confidence, she'll see you as someone she can follow, someone who provides the stability and security she needs. The man who can lead and make decisions without needing constant validation is the one who stands out. He doesn't wait for permission, he takes action. And that's a trait that women are testing for when they put you in the hot seat. 4. She tests your ambition. Women test men's ambition for one reason. They want a man who's going somewhere. Women value ambition because it reflects a person's drive, passion, and sense of purpose. A man without ambition is like a ship without a sail. He has no direction, no sense of where he's going, and no way of getting there. So, when a woman asks you about your dreams, your plans for the future, or how you're working towards your goals, it's not just casual conversation. She's looking for substance. She wants to see if you have vision and a clear path forward. If you give a vague or uncertain answer, it tells her that you might not be serious about your future. But if you confidently talk about your ambitions, your journey, and your commitment to personal growth, you show her that you're a man of value, someone who has a roadmap for his life and knows where he's headed. Ambition is magnetic. Women are attracted to men who have something to strive for, because it shows they have drive, discipline, and focus. If you show this in your answers and actions, you'll pass the test and capture her interest. 5. She wants to see if you're comfortable with yourself. Self-assurance is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. Women test men to see if they are comfortable in their own skin, if they don't feel the need to constantly seek approval or attention from others. If she asks you about your past relationships, your flaws, or your insecurities, she's not trying to put you down. She's testing to see if you can talk about these things openly without shame. If you can show vulnerability while maintaining your confidence. A man who's comfortable with himself doesn't seek validation from others. He's secure in his identity and doesn't feel threatened by his own flaws. He embraces them, acknowledges them, and continues to grow. When a woman sees this kind of self-assuredness, she feels drawn to him. She can relax and trust that he's not looking for her to complete him or fill in gaps he hasn't worked through himself. She knows that she can join him in his journey, not fix him. 6. She tests your independence. A woman wants a man who can stand on his own. She doesn't want someone who's overly dependent on her for emotional support, constant companionship, or validation. Independence is an attractive quality because it shows strength and self-sufficiency. If you spend too much time texting, calling, or chasing her, she'll begin to feel like you need her to feel good about yourself. That's not attractive. But when you maintain your own life outside of her, whether it's work, hobbies, friends, or personal projects, she sees someone who has a full, rich life on his own. She'll test this by pulling away or becoming less available. If you respond by giving her more space and continuing with your own activities, it signals to her that you're a confident, independent man who has a life outside of her. And that independence is exactly what makes her want to chase you. Independence means you don't make her your entire world. You live your life with purpose, and she becomes a part of it, not the center of it. 7. She wants to see if you can handle rejection. Rejection is a test, and believe it or not, women test men by rejecting them, on purpose. It's not because they want to hurt you, but because they want to see how you handle it. When a woman tests you this way, it's a clear signal that she's gauging your reaction. Will you take it personally? Will you crumble? Or will you stand your ground, confident in who you are? The man who can handle rejection with grace and move on without missing a beat is a man who understands his value. He doesn't let one setback define him. He knows that rejection is just a part of life and doesn't make him any less worthy. This is about emotional resilience. The more you can show that you're unbothered by a little rejection, the more likely she'll start to see you as a challenge. And that's when attraction really kicks in. 8. She wants to see if you value yourself enough. A woman will always test how much you value yourself. She'll throw in some questions or behavior to see if you have clear boundaries, if you're willing to stand up for yourself, and if you're not afraid to say no when something doesn't align with your values. If you let her push your boundaries, or you put her needs above your own, you'll lose respect in her eyes. But when you show that you value your time, your energy, and your principles, she'll be attracted to you even more. This is all about self-respect. Women value men who value themselves. If you can stand firm in your beliefs and not bend over backwards to accommodate someone else, she'll see you as a man who has a strong sense of self-worth. And trust me, she'll want to be part of that world. 9. She tests your loyalty. Women want to know that they can count on you. Loyalty is a test that goes beyond just romantic fidelity. It's about showing her that she can trust you. Whether it's how you handle other women, how you treat your friends and family, or how you handle difficult situations, your loyalty is constantly being tested. She wants to see if you'll put her first, if you'll stand by her in tough times, and if you're someone who is reliable when it matters. If you pass this test, she'll know that you're someone who can be trusted, and that trust is the foundation of any relationship. 10. She tests your long-term potential. Here's the real truth. Every meaningful relationship is an investment, and just like any smart investor, a woman wants to know if putting her time, energy, love, and loyalty into you is going to pay off. Not just in months, but in years. That's why one of the biggest and most important tests women run on men is a test of long-term potential. Now, this isn't about how much money you make today or what car you drive. Sure, those things can grab attention, but they don't guarantee a future. Women who are serious about relationships look beyond surface-level things. They're checking to see if you're the kind of man who is growing, who is maturing, and who can build something with her, not just party with her. So how does this test show up? It's subtle. She pays attention to how you react under pressure. She listens when you talk about your dreams, and she checks if you take action on your goals or just talk big. She watches how you treat your mother, how you handle responsibility, how you recover from failure, and how you behave when no one is watching. Because all of that tells her what kind of man you'll be, not just today, but 5 years from now. She's silently asking, can this man lead a family? Is he emotionally mature enough to be a father someday? Will he stick around when things get hard? Does he have a vision beyond temporary pleasure? If you fail this test, she might still enjoy your company, but you'll be stuck in the short-term fun category. That's the zone where she might laugh at your jokes, reply to your texts, maybe even hook up, but she'll never fully invest her heart. Why? Because she doesn't see the future in you. But if you pass it, that's when everything changes. That's when she starts planning her future around you, because she sees you're not just a boy looking for attention. You're a man building something real. You have purpose, direction, and the emotional intelligence to handle love maturely. Women are wired to seek security, stability, and emotional depth. And when she sees that you can offer that, not just in words but in your actions, she begins to give more. She starts to open up more deeply. You'll notice her becoming more affectionate, more supportive, more consistent, because now she knows she's safe. And let's be clear, being tested for long-term potential isn't just something that happens once and then ends. It's ongoing. She's watching how you grow over time. She's watching how you adapt when life changes. So even if you pass now, don't get comfortable. Keep evolving, keep getting stronger, keep staying grounded in your purpose. Because when a woman sees a man who's serious about his future, she'll match that energy. That's how powerful partnerships are formed. Conclusion, the ultimate truth about her tests. Let me bring everything home for you. Throughout this entire video, we've explored the 10 most common tests that women use, often unconsciously, to evaluate the men in their lives. And maybe as you listened, you recognize some of these situations from your own experiences. Maybe you felt like a woman was pushing your buttons, playing games, or acting hot and cold. But now you know it wasn't random. It was a test. And here's the most important takeaway. Women do not test men they don't care about. If a woman is testing you, it's because you matter to her, at least on some level. She sees something in you that's worth investigating. She's wondering if you're different from the rest. If you're someone she can respect, trust, admire, and eventually love. She's putting you through trials not to break you, but to see if you're real. So don't look at these tests as annoying. Don't get angry or feel insulted. Flip your mindset. Realize that these tests are opportunities. Opportunities to rise. Opportunities to show up. Opportunities to grow as a man. Most guys fail because they react emotionally, they try to fake it, or they crumble under pressure. But not you. Not anymore. You now have the knowledge. And with that knowledge comes power. The power to navigate these situations with clarity, strength, and maturity. Here's the key to passing every one of her tests. Be unapologetically yourself, but become the best version of yourself. Keep your vision forward focused. Don't get stuck in temporary emotion. Be loyal, not just in your words, but in your actions. And never stop growing. The real win here isn't just getting the girl, it's becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts quality women. When you focus on becoming grounded, purpose-driven, and emotionally strong, women don't just notice, you stand out. So next time she tests you, whether it's subtle or obvious, remember, it's not just about impressing her. It's about proving to yourself that you're the kind of man who can handle real love, real life, and real responsibility. That's the difference between boys and men. Man, this sounds like a lot, and you're right, it is. Being a man in today's world, especially a man who wants to build something real, isn't easy. You'll be tested, you'll be misunderstood, you'll be pushed to your limits. But you know what? You're built for it. You were made to overcome. You were made to lead. You were made to rise from pain, heartbreak, rejection, and even failure. So don't let these tests discourage you. Let them sharpen you.